Coco Gauff Shockwaves donates half her income to help children after WTA finals. You won't believe this generosity. The tennis world is no stranger to drama, upsets, and emotional twists, but nothing prepared fans for the seismic shockwave Coco Gauff unleashed after conclusion of the WTA finals. The world expected interviews about match strategies and season reflections. Instead, Gauff stepped in front of the cameras and made an announcement so powerful, so staggering, that it froze journalists in their seats and sent social media into a global frenzy. With a calm voice but unshakable conviction, she revealed that she would be donating 50% of her personal income to help children in need worldwide. Half, a number that didn't just land, it detonated. Within seconds, headlines flashed, phones buzzed, and the world collectively asked, why would a 21-year-old superstar give up so much? What moved her to make one of the boldest charitable commitments in sport history? This is a story behind a generosity that left the world speechless, and the reasons why Coco Gauff's decision is already being hailed as one of the most inspirational acts of the decade. The moment that stopped the room. It happened in a quiet press room, the kind where victories are celebrated, losses are dissected, and athletes often speak on autopilot. But this time, everyone sensed something different. Coco, still wearing her match gear, sat down, took a breath, and instead of discussing tennis, she said, I want to make a real difference. Starting today, I am donating half of my income to support children who need it most. For a moment, the room fell completely silent. Cameras didn't click. Journalists didn't speak. Even the air seemed to pause. Was this real? Was she serious? Yes, entirely. And in that silence, you could feel the birth of a new legacy forming right in front of everyone. Why now? Why so much? For Coco, this was a spontaneous decision, or a moment of PR strategy. It was something she'd been thinking about for months, long before she even stepped onto the WTA finals court. Traveling the world, she had seen more than stadiums and bright lights. She had seen poverty up close. She had seen children waiting outside training grounds asking for autographs, not because they were tennis fans, but because they were hoping for someone, anyone, to notice them. One moment stood out more than any other. During a charity visit earlier in the year, Coco spent an afternoon reading stories to children in an underfunded learning center. She watched as their eyes lit up, their hands shot into the air. Their smiles radiated with joy that made her forget every match she had ever lost. But later, she learned the truth. Half of these children didn't have access to basic schooling. Many lacked stable homes. Some were struggling with illnesses their families couldn't afford to treat. That experience didn't just move Coco, it shattered her. It didn't feel fair, she said. I couldn't get those kids out of my head. I kept thinking, if I can help, why am I waiting? That question didn't leave her, and eventually it grew into an answer that changed everything. A decision rooted in childhood and character. Coco Gauff was raised on values that run deeper than trophies. Her parents never glorified fame or wealth. They emphasized gratitude, service, and remembering where you came from. Her mom once told her, success means nothing if you're the only one who benefits from it. Coco took that to heart. So when she reached a point in her career where she had wealth, influence, and a global platform, she didn't see it as a personal victory. She saw it as an opportunity. And instead of waiting for someday, Coco turned someday into right now. The world reacts, shock, awe, and tears. Within minutes of her announcement, social media turned into a digital earthquake. Millions reacted with awe. Half her income? Who does that at her age? Coco Gauff just restored my faith in humanity. This is leadership. This is heart. This is history. Athletes praised her. Celebrities reposted her speech. Non-profits worldwide reached out. Fans cried in comment sections. Even sports commentators, often hardened by years of covering competition, were visibly emotional while discussing her decision on live broadcasts. What Coco had done wasn't just charitable. It was revolutionary. She broke the mold. She challenged the idea of wealth. She redefined what it means to be a star. And she did it with humility that made her generosity even more extraordinary. Where the money will go, real change for real children. Coco's donation isn't a one-time gesture. It's a long-term, structured commitment that will support white heavy checkmark education programs for underserved children, white heavy checkmark nutrition, and healthcare access for at-risk communities, white heavy checkmark shelter and safety initiatives for vulnerable youth, white heavy checkmark scholarships, and athletic development for kids with big dreams, white heavy checkmark mental health support for children facing trauma. She isn't just giving money. She is building infrastructure. She is creating pathways. She is opening doors. She is giving children a chance to dream the way she once did. In the words of one foundation leader, Coco's generosity will change thousands of lives. It's not a donation, it's a movement. What sacrifice really means. Let's be clear. Giving away half your income is not symbolic. It's a deep personal sacrifice. It means fewer luxuries. It means limiting future investments. It means giving away millions every year. Yet Coco didn't hesitate. Why? Because for her, the true measure of wealth is impact, and the true measure of a champion is compassion. She said it best, if you are blessed, you should be a blessing. And with that, she showed the world that generosity is not defined by age or status. It's defined by heart. A new era. Coco Gauff, the philanthropist. This moment marks a transition in Coco's life. She is no longer just Coco the tennis star. She is Coco the humanitarian, Coco the advocate, Coco the global role model. Her decision is already inspiring other young athletes to rethink their influence and purpose. It is sparking conversations about ethical wealth, youth responsibility, and the power of athletes as agents of change. The tennis world will never see her the same way again. Fans love Coco for her power, her charisma, her sportsmanship. From court to community, the true meaning of victory. In her announcement, Coco said something that struck millions. I want children everywhere to know that they matter. If I can make them feel that, then I've won something bigger than any tournament. That sentence revealed everything. Her heart, her mission, her understanding of what really matters in life. Trophies fade. Money comes and goes. Rankings change. But the lives you touch, they last forever. Conclusion, a shockwave of hope. Coco Gauff didn't just donate half her income. She donated half her comfort, half her privilege, half her future security. And she did it joyfully, boldly, selflessly. In a world often dominated by self-interest, her act of generosity feels almost unreal, a powerful reminder that greatness isn't about what you achieve for yourself, but what you're willing to do for others. This moment will live in sports history. This decision will inspire millions. And this legacy will shape the world long after Coco leaves the court. Because true champions don't just win matches, they change lives. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.